It is a wild ride.
It is.
Hey everyone, it's Eugene and Cyrus for Epically Geeky Live. How are y'all doing? We skipped a week because we thought, well, there's not a lot of stories going on. Let's play some games. And a bunch of shit happened. So we have a lot of stuff to cover. Let's see here. In the chat so far, we got PJ Smith. How you doing, PJ?
PJ Smith. Yay.
Absolutely. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just do the thing with the thing here so we can get on here.
The thing at the place at the time.
Yeah. We'll do the thing on the thing. So,
yes.
All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Like I said, we do have quite a few things that we want to talk about. But the first thing we have to do is this is the last time, at least for another year, that we're talking about the fall winter movie game.
Oh, yeah.
Here. There we go.
I always forget about this. It's the first thing we do every time, and I forget that we do it. It's so weird.
I know, right? So our final standing on the highest grossing. Okay, these are the movies that made the most amount of money per point. So that's the way I was kind of breaking that down. Regretting You, because I believe you purchased it for 1 point. That point was worth $48.8 million. Like, that's a hell of a buy right there. Black Phone 2 was $77.3 million. It was for 4 points, which divided down is 19.3. The Housemaid actually is new on the list at $94.1 million. Did not think that movie was going to make that much money, but I guess people are liking it. At 8 points, that's 11.7. Chainsaw Man at $43.4 million. Also 4 points, so 10.8. And Predator Hangs On, even though it was bought for 12 points, it made $91 million, so it was still worth $7.5 million. Tron Ares was 11 points. It made $73 million, and so it was like 6.6. I think it was technically the next one on the list. No, I take that back. The next one on the list would have been Five Nights at Freddy's 2. It was 18 points, but it made $126 million. So it actually did pretty well. We're looking here at the final scores. Last Line ended up winning the game at $657 million. Mike P was literally like $1 million behind him. Like, it was really close between 1 and 2. Buzz at 633, Josh W at 593, Johnny at 545. Bruce, who was number 1 for quite a while there, my buddy Bruce from the Ghostbusters at 472. And then Cyrus at 414, Ray at 388. Me, I finally broke the top 10. I have sucked this entire game at 374 and barely beat out Chris at the number 10 spot at $341 million. Now, that being said, the way that we played this game was 6 of us got together and bid on these initial movies and set up what the point value was going to be for all these movies. So while the broader game, Last Line, did end up coming first, they were all deceived because there was yet another game that was being played. And on that one, sir, you still came in number 1. You may not have beat everyone else out, but they also had the benefit of using the numbers that you created and we created. And so when it came to just the 6 of us that were bidding on this thing, your strategy of buying as many movies as cheap as possible won the day yet again. And Chris went all in on Wicked for Good, $341 million. Ray went all in on Zootopia at $378 million. And I didn't quite go all in, but my biggest one was definitely Avatar Fire and Ash. I'm sure it will go on to surpass those other two, but just within the game, the time frame of the game, it was $342 million. And yet none of those numbers were able to beat out the sheer number of movies that you had.
Well, my strategy worked for this part of it because that's what we used to do. We used to not have the other part of it. But now that there's the other part, it gives me a lot to think about for next time. So we'll see. Last Line, congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Last Line. You ended up winning. Let me go back here because I don't know if you were in here when we I had it pulled up. You ended up coming in first, man, with $1 million. In fact, let me look at the actual 100% score here. About $1.4 million above everyone else. So yeah, like you had good picks. Let's see here. Looking back at what Cy had though, like I had Good Fortune made 16 million, Nuremberg, which actually has been in the theaters for quite some time, but only made 14 million. Dust Bunny, I don't even know what that was. That made 582,000.
I've never heard of it.
Me either. I'd have to look it up again. And then Fire and Ash, Avatar Fire and Ash made 342 million. But dude, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You had 12 movies that you bought. And actually your biggest buy was SpongeBob. That was where you spent the majority of your money right near at the end because you had all that money saved up. But that means you bought 11 other movies and still had 53 points to spend. Like you hadn't even spent half of your money. I'm telling you right now, if we get the same group again next year, that will not stand. Travis has already said, I will not let anything go for $1. I don't give a shit what it is.
And that's okay. And that's good because my strategy, it worked, but honestly, I was paying way too little for most of that stuff. And I ended up, like you said, buying SpongeBob because I had so much extra cash and I knew I had to do something with it. So yeah, I welcome a more robust competition. It would be really good. Really
I
good.
screwed myself. I let's see, 7, 4, that's 11. I only spent like 65 of my $100. Like
you always
I
do this. You're cautious. You're very cautious. You wait. You go, and it bites you every time. We've been doing this for how long have we done this game?
Okay, now to be fair, we have been doing this game for a long time, but we also haven't done this game since 2020. Like we've had a 5-year hiatus of doing this game.
Okay, fair enough. And it did change now that we have this other element to it that we do, but yeah, that is your biggest problem, Eugene, is you are too cautious. You have to be more aggressive.
I agree. And I'm not going to argue that at all. I 100% agree. Last line was asking, how did SpongeBob do, by the way? I imagine it did pretty good. $63.6 million. Not bad. I honestly, for being a kid's movie at that time of year, I think it did really good. Now, when we were talking about this,
I was going to say, especially because SpongeBob's like way past his prime. I mean, this is not.
I'm surprised they're still making movies for it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
we're going.
The height of SpongeBob was the early 2000s. This is pretty late in the game to be putting out a SpongeBob movie, but it did pretty good. So,
but one of the things. So on Saturday night we recorded the Epically Geek Show, and we were talking about what we were looking forward to most this coming year. And who was it that pointed it out? I think it was Joseph that pointed it out that this coming year. So when we play this game again in this coming year, unless something changes, Dune 3 and Avengers Doomsday come out the same day in December.
That's not going to happen. There's no way.
I still think whoever that's over Warner Brothers, like as soon as they get 100% control of whatever's going on over there, the first thing they need to do is they need to move that movie up by at least 2 weeks and just nothing. There's nothing else coming out that could even possibly rival Dune except for Avengers. Like they've got to get that moved off.
Yeah,
someone says it might get pushed back. I would move it forward just so that you've got 2 weeks of. Of course, that also depends on what else is coming out. I don't know if there's anything else super strong, and I need to look at that because I mean they could definitely move it. That's the other thing though. Like, what if they did move it back? What if they pushed it back until mid-January, late January, and February? Then it would just like dominate the box office. That's another way to go.
I mean. Box office doesn't usually do as well in the early part of the year.
True. But there have been movies like the Deadpool like came out in February and just like knocked it out of the park because there was nothing else to watch.
Yeah, maybe February. Yeah. If they're going to push it back, they got to push it back not just a couple of weeks. It's got to have, because Doomsday's going to kill at the box office.
Yeah, absolutely. So
the hype on that is getting crazy. Like,
yes, it is.
It's feeling like in-game stuff. I mean, I'm excited about it. So
yeah. All right, so that is our wrap up for the fall winter movie game. We will be starting the summer movie game, which plays a little differently, but we'll be starting that up in probably April.
Can I say
we'll probably start doing that together in April. Yeah.
When we did our picks, who was it that was your friend that was on with us? The movie guy, Travis. Yes.
Yeah.
Travis, I very much look forward to you joining us next time, because Travis he got what I was doing immediately. And I think I want to say, I don't know for a fact, but I feel like he was helping me a little bit in a couple of places. And I know for a fact I was trying to help him in a couple of places. So
fair enough. Travis is, he's one of the members of the Austin Ghostbusters. So that's one of the things that we do together. But the other thing is like, he's also one of my board gaming buddies. So like literally Saturday, him and I are going to Dragon's Lair, and we're not going to play. We just want to kind of hang out, see what the vibe is. But he's the one that has introduced me to this board game, Twilight Imperium, that takes 8 hours for us to play. It is an 8-hour board game. It's fantastic. And it's so much strategy. Like, he is definitely a strategy person.
No, I'm not doing that.
Dude, if we ever get together, I was not going to recommend playing that one with you, because I'm just like, okay, because first off, it's not even just trying to explain the rules. Like, there's homework side. You have to do study.
No, it's not happening.
And then on the other hand, Mannon would eat this with a fucking spoon, dude.
That Mannon's, dude, that's his bread and butter. Like, you'll all be bored and tired and trying to go to bed, and he'll be like, come on, we're just getting started. Let's go.
So I was at a meeting yesterday, a campus tech meeting yesterday, and I thought about it. It's funny because I'm in this room with 50 other some odd people that are all campus techs. They all have basically the same job I have. But there's not as many geeks as you would think of for being a person that works at a campus and is the computer person there. There's not as many geeks as you would think of. And so one of the other guys that I am friends with, he's pretty geeky. I asked him, I was like, hey, have you ever played TI4? He's like, TI4? I'm like, Twilight Imperium? He goes, yeah, I've played it like twice. He said there was like 8 people. Now, granted, the games I've played, I've only had 3 or 4 people. He's like, there was like 8 people, and one game took like 12 hours, and the other one, like, we didn't even finish. And I'm just like, oh, that sounds awesome, but also horrible.
I can't imagine putting 12 hours in and not finishing a game. I would be like,
or not winning. So
wow.
Hey, Trichrome, what's going on, man?
Trichrome.
I said it right the first time.
I know.
I know.
I like that. I imagine him like Silver Surfer. You know?
I thought for sure you were going to say he's like, spraying stuff on his teeth and it's like shining.
Oh, yeah. God dang. I got to watch that again. I haven't seen that in a while. That's a good movie. That is a
damn good movie. So, Trichrome, I was dominating at Mario Party, the usual. So, fair enough. Speaking of which, tomorrow night, Cyrus and I will be playing some video games.
Games. And the winner of the poll is the game we'll be playing for Nintendo 64 on Nintendo Switch Online, which it's so interesting that you bring up Mario Party, because the last time I looked at my poll, it was not even close. That was the like 40-something% of the vote was just for that one game. So, yeah. I'm
guessing they want to see us like rage against each other, because that game will bring it out. Like, it's.
I don't think
you did what?
I don't think I've ever played the first Mario Party ever.
I think I have. I don't remember, honestly.
It wasn't a game that we had back in the day. So
no, it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know when it came out, but we didn't get it for some reason. I don't know.
And I mean, how there's 3 of them on the N64, so it couldn't have been like too far in its development. Like, they would have there had to have been at least a year between each one. So I don't know.
It's like Smash Brothers. We didn't have Smash Brothers, you know?
That's true too. Yeah. I remember getting Smash Brothers when I had already moved away at that point. So
yeah, that's weird.
There ain't
We
no
would have really
party like
loved
a
that
Mario
too.
Party. Yep. Oh God, yes. Are you kidding me? That would have been fantastic. So
Do they have Smash Brothers on Nintendo Switch Online?
I don't know. We have to look. I don't remember seeing it, but it may be there. So I said I'd play if we were playing 4. You'd have a player 3 on N64. You'd have 4. Okay. I said I'd play if we.
You don't know how to read. He said I'd play. I said I'd play. If we were playing 4, you wouldn't have a prayer. 3 on Nintendo
Prayer.
64.
Okay, that's why. All right.
That's why I was like, "What are you talking about?"
You know how sometimes you look at something and your brain just like automatically substitutes a different word in. It's like that is not what that word was.
I'm aware. Yes.
Yeah, it happens. Getting old sucks. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. We're just going to do a quick update here. The Netflix Warner Brothers deal update, and no new info at this point. Apparently, Paramount is still crying and clawing and doing everything they can to get Warner Brothers to reconsider. And so far, Warner is still just like, nope, we're going with Netflix. You're not changing our minds. So no news there. RAMageddon, things still suck. RAM just keeps going up. So
I wish old RAM was worth money. I have a bunch of old RAM I could get rid of.
Like what kind of old RAM?
Oh, dude, everything from like, I'm talking ancient stuff from like 46DX.
Oh, okay.
And up to DDR3 from, I mean, I got a lot of old shit that,
damn,
you know, for some reason I kept the RAM DIMMs and SIMs, but they're not worth jack, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Tricom, I have a 32 pin for a keychain. Yeah, that's what we used to. We used to, at one point, I finally convinced some people at the little store I used to work at. I'm just like, no one is buying this. This is too old. We ought to do something else with it. And one guy was like, I'm going to get a keychain. I was like, that would be perfect. I guarantee there'd be some older guys that come in here and be like, oh, that's funny. I'll buy one of those. So
yeah,
but it didn't really come to fruition. So,
but speaking of old stuff, real quick, I'm wearing this shirt. I don't know if you can see it.
I can see it.
It's in honor of me spending money on a fucking PlayStation 3 controller.
Okay.
I have 2 PS3s. And I won't take up a lot of time, just real quick. I have one of those late model PS3s that has like the slide top and it's the super slim and okay,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's really good, but it doesn't have PS2 compatibility. And then I have a fat model that does. So it's one of my favorite consoles, the fat PS3. Anyway, so I have a lot of use. Plus, the PSP Go will sync up to these controllers. Unfortunately, my old PS3 controller started to take a crap, so I was like, I got to buy a new one. So I went on Amazon and bought a new PlayStation 3 controller, brand name one. I got to tell you, man, a brand new.
Can I ask how much?
How much do you think it would cost for a PS3 controller?
Oh my God. Okay. So I know like new controllers nowadays are $60 to $70.
Yeah.
We're talking about for a console that hasn't been produced in fucking ever. $40?
About $40. Yeah.
Okay.
It was $35. Yeah.
35 is like, okay. I think that's, you said it is a name brand when it was brand new.
Yeah, it's brand new, name brand.
That was worth it.
It was worth it, and it is great. And everything feels brand new. I mean, it's like, it's not. I love the PlayStation consoles. You know, PS3 is one of my.
Said you should have got a Mad Catz controller.
Dude, the last time I bought PS3 controllers, they looked like they were brand name, but they were off eBay and they were not real. They were crap.
Really?
The analog is not right. If you go to use it and it's not, you can tell immediately if the analog is real analog or if it's that bullshit analog, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And so that was a total waste, but this one's really good. This one's
nice.
Great.
Excellent. Trecom was bringing up the whole thing about the PS2 and PS3 logo that would turn depending on if you had the system up or down. I think I always kept mine. Like I never had a PS3. I had a PlayStation 1 and a PlayStation 2. And I think I always kept mine horizontal just because I was like, something about it just like, to me was just like, this feels like the disc could fall out or something like that. Just never seemed like it was a great idea to me. And now everyone's finding out with the PlayStation 5. It's like, oh yeah, you better leave that thing horizontal because otherwise the liquid metal is just going to fucking ooze off of the chip and you know, burn up your system unless you know how to fix it.
I'm seeing repair channels. I love watching repair channels, and I have seen quite a few of them talking about how the older these PS5s get, the more likely it is that they're going to have problems because of that liquid metal stuff. Yep. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah. I've watched oh God, I can't remember what the name of the channel is. I've brought it up multiple times. How many times? Like that's like the thing he always does. He always rips them all the way down. It's just like, yep, liquid metal all over the place. Let's get that back on there, take care of this. And I'm just like at this point, like I've been telling people I know, I'm like, do you have a PlayStation 5? Is it standing? You might want to set that thing. It may already be too late, but you might want to leave that thing down on the side. So
my old fat PS3, my backwards compatible one, it has been reballed. I don't know if you know what that. I'm sure you know what that means. Reballed.
No, it's kind of sounding familiar, but
so they took this thing apart and took the heat sink and everything off the CPU and reapplied the thermal paste or whatever, the balls, however they do it.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah,
and then redid all that. And I actually have a new power supply in it. I replaced myself. It was recapped, everything. It's hopefully going to last a long time. But every console that's come out, I mean, probably ever, has its issues. Every one of them is going to have issues. It's just the new thing is the liquid metal. We'll have to see what the Switch 2 has because... You know, the old Switch had problems with overheating and melting the top of the system, different stuff like that.
I didn't know that. I haven't really run into that, but
yeah. Plus the Joy-Con drift and all that. Well,
yeah,
shit.
The Joy-Con drift is, but I mean, all the fucking consoles deal with that shit after a while, which is still ridiculous, but
it is.
It is. All right, let's go and get into our first real story for the evening. Speaking of the PS5, so this is one of those stories that came out that we didn't cover. I was like, hey, I think if there's only like one or two things, we'll it'll be fine. And then like this fucking hit. So the boot ROM codes built into the hardware for the PlayStation 5 have leaked online. They can be used to jailbreak the PlayStation 5. It will void your console's warranty. So people who are posting how to do this are making sure they're just like, hey, just be aware that if you do this, it's going to void your warranty. And there's a really good shot if Sony finds out about it, they're going to not necessarily brick your system, but you'll never be back on PlayStation Network again. So if you're planning on doing this, you might want to get a second PlayStation 5 and like have one that you can jailbreak and do whatever the hell you want. And then one that you play online with. There are multiple ways to jailbreak one. I just did a quick search and I mean, a crap ton of stuff came up. Apparently there's a web browser breach. There's a Y2JB breach, and then there's a Blu-ray breach. And then apparently there's also one game that's like become super expensive online because you can use it to very quickly jailbreak your PlayStation 5. So
I think it's the Pod Racer, right?
It's Pod Racer. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So but yeah, apparently that's not the only way to do this. And it is apparently, like I saw a bunch of charts and stuff. It was like, if you have this firmware, here are your options. If you have this firmware, here are your options. And I'm just like, boy, it didn't take them long. They went to town and figured out how all the different ways you can get these things undone if you want to.
I really hate this because first off, I mean, a lot of people are just like, yeah, F Sony, we're doing what we want. Piracy, you know, there's that attitude. Yeah. My attitude is there's a very strong possibility that because of this stuff, it's going to cause massive problems with online play for people, but with the cheating and aimbotting and all kinds of stuff that the PC end has to deal with, and you usually don't have to deal with in the console space. But remember what used to happen with Call of Duty back in the day, where maybe a year after it came out, you'd start having all these hackers come in and start doing all this crap, and the games got ruined, and you could never go back to them because they were just filled with garbage,
Yeah, because they'd come out and they would try to ban them as best they could, and then like that would help for a little while, and then they'd find a way to get around it, and then it's just like, well, shit, it's like, no, yeah, there were several games that was just like you said, ruined. Like it was just like, no, I don't want to do this shit anymore.
Modern Warfare 2 was the big one for me because it got hacked early, and I was so pissed because I loved that game and I played the crap out of that online. And once it got hacked, it was donezo. You couldn't even go on there because it was just every lobby had like 5 or 6 bots and people aimbotting and cheating, and you would see them doing all crazy stuff. You would see them, and it was like, it just ruined the game, So that's one concern. The other concern is obviously security issues. What is this going to mean for, the security of the network? And once you get in a game with other people, and I mean, this is a problem, I would not be in a rush to go out and exploit this situation because I don't know what Sony's planning to do about it, but I guarantee you they're planning to do something about it. And it's
they're stuck between a rock and a hard place because my boy actually had just put up his comment about not being able to play GTA Online on the PC because of all the modders. It's just like impossible. But he was telling me, he's like, yeah, Dad, he said, I keep seeing they keep saying they're going to extend the life of the PlayStation 5 because they're not going to be able to get the hardware and stuff to start really working on a PlayStation 6. Well, if that's the case, then now you're, like I said, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. On one hand, it might be like, well, then screw it. We'll just go ahead and rush development for the 6 and, leave all this stuff behind. But they can't do that. Like there's not going to be, no one's going to be able to afford to buy another fucking console the way things are going right now.
No.
So, yeah.
I think the PS5 and I don't know about Xbox. But the PS5 is going to be Sony's generation for a while. They had talked about working on the next PlayStation, but it's not happening for a while. They're still making PS4 games,
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. They're still putting out PS4 games. Remember we were looking at something the other day and they had that logo?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was actually on the Epically Geeky show. We were looking at like all the games that are coming out in for this next year. And I think Joseph was on, he was like, what is that number 4 down there? And I'm like, I don't know. So I looked over and was like, why do they break PlayStation 4 out from PlayStation 5? Apparently it's a big enough thing. You're absolutely right. I forgot about that. Yeah. So
I don't know.
Wolf said, I was actually PS4 ends PS Plus this year. Maybe.
Oh, really? Well,
could be.
It's about time. I mean, I was actually contemplating the possibility of getting a PS5 Pro. I was thinking about it, and I can't justify it, so I'm not going to do it. But maybe eventually, because it does play PS4 and PS5 and boosts both of them. It does substantially boost performance. I mean, it's 40% more powerful than a PS5. It's pretty powerful. And it's $800, which seems like a lot, but doesn't seem like as much nowadays. Like it seemed like
I don't know. What did they announce the prices on the Steam machine for? Wasn't it like around
it's going to be like
$1,000?
it's going to be like $1,000 for Steam machine. Yeah.
$200 more, be able to get a Steam machine like that. I don't know.
It's not that powerful though. The specs on the Steam machine are not that great. Like my PC I have now is way better than the Steam machine specs.
Okay, fair enough.
Like that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like $800 for PS5 Pro might actually not be a bad deal. But I'm not a modern gamer. I don't know why I would even want to get one. It's just like I look for stupid things to buy. So I don't know.
So If you've got money to burn, we can do a show.
I don't have money to. I don't. But I still buy stuff.
Burns money.
I still buy stuff. I find ways to blow money I don't have. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that one up. I mean, we couldn't not talk about it. Last Line said he did have a video about it as well. So I'm sure he did.
About what?
Sure.
He has a
about the yeah. I did a video about this, talking about the hack, the Sony hack. So
the hack, yeah. Last Line, man, putting out good videos, except for his weird obsession with the Steak and Shake. It's very strange.
Yeah, what is up with that, dude? Like, I haven't watched the video yet. I'm sure you probably explained, so hopefully I'll get a chance to watch it tomorrow. But I was talking to Cy before the show, and I'm just like, what is Last Line's like beef with? And yes, pun intended, with Steak and Shake.
Oh,
I've never
beef
actually
with
eaten.
Steak and Shake. That's fine.
I've never actually eaten at a Steak and Shake. There's not one here locally. Like there's one in Austin at least, and I've never had the chance to go eat there. So
they have them up here. They have quite a few of them up here. I'm surprised you never been to one. Well, nope. I haven't been to one in about 20 years. So
oh wow. So he says watch the video. It is explained. Okay, fair enough, sir.
It's what I don't like their fries. Their fries are annoying. They have these little tiny sliver fries. They're weird.
Oh, so do you not like the fries at Freddy's either?
I've never been to Freddy's.
I have a feeling you would hate Freddy's because Christy does not like them. They are smash burgers style, so they're very thin. She's like, it's gristle. They smash
I like that.
Thin.
I
okay,
like
well then
that.
maybe you'd like that. But yes, they have little bitty shoestring fries, and they're like okay. That. It's their dipping sauce that's good. So,
well, I do enjoy a good sauce, you know.
And they have a jalapeno version as well, and it's
okay. Well, maybe I got to try Freddy's. You when you said sauce, I immediately thought of Raising Cane's, and you know I'm a big fan of Raising Cane's sauce.
I'm okay. Yeah, I like Raising Cane's. I've heard there's a lot of hot takes out there that are just like Raising Cane's is only the sauce. The rest of it's garbage, and I'm just like,
that's 100% true. The
wow,
chicken
you're 100% on the board of that, right?
The chicken is not good. It's bland. It has almost no flavor. But
I don't ever eat just the chicken.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's engineered for the sauce. Like
fair enough.
With the sauce, it becomes this other thing. It transforms like a butterfly. It transforms. It's my.
Culver's. We don't have Culver's here either. So, and I've heard good things about them, but I've never had a chance to try them either. So.
Yeah, man, there's a bunch we don't have that other people talk about all the time. And I'm like, damn, I want to try that, you know?
But the epitome of all of them has always been like, I listened to all these podcasts forever, and a lot of podcasters were out of California. And the end all be all that I always heard from California was freaking In-N-Out. And when they finally got them here in Texas, I was like,
What I've heard, Eugene, is that the In-N-Outs that we have are shit. And they're not the same. That's what I've heard. I thought
that as well. The only person I know who has debated that, though, is Lewis. Lewis has been to California and eaten one. He was like, it's like he weren't that much different. I will tell you, though, that was the case. We don't have it here anymore. We had a Crystal Burger here in Killeen. It was like the only one for hundreds of miles. And Christy was excited about it because when she'd go visit family in Georgia, like that's what they would go eat. And so when we got the one here, she's just like, it's just not what it should be. So I totally get that. That is definitely a thing. I know.
It's like Whataburger, you know, like there's other places that have Whataburger, but it's not like it is here. Like when you get Whataburger in Texas, it's amazing. You know, it's one
of my favorite all-time conversations. I'm pretty sure you were part of it. It was you, at least you, me, I think Jay, and I think Chris. And when you and I started talking about a belt buster, they went, "What the hell are you talking about?" We're like, a belt buster, the burger you get it at Dairy Queen. They're like, "You get burgers at Dairy Queen?" I'm like, "You don't? You don't know what a steak finger basket is?"
Our Dairy Queen is not. There's different Dairy Queen businesses that are not even related. It's like it's weird. It's very strange.
one of the reasons I don't ever go to Dairy Queen, there's one that's not too far away from me. One of the reasons I don't go to Dairy Queen is because I love using apps. I love to be able to put in my food, tell them exactly what I want, and use the app. You cannot use the Dairy Queen app because every time you open it, it's like, sorry, the one that you're at is for the other company. You need to download the other app. And I'm just like, fuck you. So,
yeah.
We could do a whole show on this. Like this is hours.
I think we have done shows on this before.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So. I'm having flashbacks. Pretty sure this has happened before. Yeah.
All right.
Man, I miss Jay. Jay messaged me over the holidays and said, yeah, but I don't know how he's doing. Hopefully he's doing okay. I miss hanging out with Jay. Hilarious person.
Born distracted. Eugene is such a diva. Am I a diva?
In some ways you're very much a diva, but in some ways you're very grounded. So you're kind of you're complex. You're like Shrek. You're an onion.
I'm an onion. Okay, I'll take that.
Yes. My daughter used to tell me this all the time. She was obsessed with Shrek, so she was always quoting stuff from Shrek.
My boys have never watched Shrek, and I never showed it to them just because I was okay. Here's the thing. Here was my thought process, though, is I'm like, is it going to hold up because of all of the ties to all of the pop culture at that time?
Okay.
Because let's be honest, Aladdin is a fantastic movie. It's still a great movie, but it doesn't hold up like it used to. Like, I mean, Robin Williams is and will always be the greatest genie ever. A lot of his jokes are so dated, like kids would just be like, oh, look, it's the genie talking and not have any clue what the hell he's talking about.
Right. You're right.
So,
dude, it sucks because some of the best movies, there's great jokes that don't land because nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. Like Ninja Turtles, the scene where Raphael wakes up and Leonardo's holding him and Donnie and them they go, it's a Kodak moment. Nobody even knows what that means. I watch these reaction videos sometimes, and these young people are watching Ninja Turtles, and it gets to that scene, and they're just dead. No reaction. And I'm like, because you have no frame of reference. You don't even know what that means, the Kodak moment. It was hilarious back in the day. It's still funny to us.
Yes,
but
it is.
They have no frame of reference to that. So, yeah, I imagine you're right. Shrek probably wouldn't land. There'd probably be so many jokes. You're laughing, and you look at the kids, and they're just like,
I mean, there are some things that still hold up. Like they still use some of this stuff, like the whole scene with what's his name, the king or whatever he is, and the gingerbread talking about, do you know the muffin man? The muffin man. That still holds up. That transcends generations. That's fucking funny.
That's a classic nursery rhyme thing, But you're right. There's a lot of like pop culture stuff that, and some of the jokes in Shrek are just moments of something happening that's like a reference to something else.
Yes.
And they're not gonna even like. There's a Matrix reference, and like there's like different stuff that they're just gonna totally miss completely, never get, never appreciate. Yeah.
Although I've tried to do a pretty good job of showing the boys a lot of stuff. Actually, Alex comes in the other night and says, hey, we're doing a thing in art class where we're using armature wire and we're supposed to create a character that's in a pose. And I'm like, oh, okay. So what are you going to do? And I can't remember what he said the second option was he was thinking about, but his first option was he was like, I'm thinking about doing the Matrix pose. And I'm just like, dude, that would be fantastic. So I mean, because he's like, I got to find an exact frame of, and I'm just like, dude, all you have to have is bent back and the one arm kind of up, one arm kind of out. I'm just like, everyone will know what the fuck it is. Like it'll be great. So
yeah.
So yeah. It just kind of depends on what hits and what doesn't. So speaking of things hitting and not hitting, let's go to our next story. GameStop.
Oh my God.
Is closing 400 plus stores. Polygon reported 400 plus stores will close this year. Here's where everyone's kind of up in losing their shit over. The company's board will pay their CEO, Ryan Cohen, $35 billion if he can get their market cap back to $100 billion. So your first thought is, how are we going to get to 100 billion? How are we going to start making more money? Let's close a crap ton of stores. Now, that being said, there is one here in the clean area that they've already closed. It's funny because I was double checking it. I drove by the other day and I was like, oh, I think that GameStop closed. And I went home and I went on Google and I looked up GameStop in Killeen and goes there, and I click on it and it comes on Google. It says temporarily closed. I'm like, bitch, y'all took the sign off the side of the building. Y'all aren't coming back.
No.
Yeah, that one is completely gone. Now, to be fair, and it has been a long time since you've lived here in Killeen, Cyrus.
Yeah.
That being said, there were 3 GameStops within 2 miles of each other. There was one in the Killeen Mall. There was one right down the street at like where an HEB isn't, like kind of the strip next to HEB. And I swear to God, right across the street was another one. Like literally, you could walk out the door of one and see the other one. And I always just like, why the hell are there 3 GameStops this close? Like this is a fairly decent town. Like you could put one on the Cove side, one on the Harker Heights side, and one dead in the middle. That would make more sense. But no, let's put all 3 of them right next to each other. So I understand why they closed one of those 3, but I'm like, okay. They're also planning on reducing stores in Europe and Canada. So it's not just here. Now, I found a site and I do have it linked in the show notes. Tell you what, let me pull it up here in just a second.
Don't they call GameStop something else in Canada? Didn't it have a different name?
I don't know, but it specifically said that. Let's see here. So, but anyway, there's a blog post and it's now up to 470.
It's fucking crazy.
Stores. So it's well above that 400 number.
The thing about this is, and I'll just real quick say this. A lot of people act like this is a great thing that these stores are closing. And I've said for years, when we lose GameStop, we're going to regret it. We're going to miss GameStop because yes, there are some great retro stores and mom and pop places. Sure. But there's no replacement. Like when GameStop goes, that's a huge, like, piece of our gaming infrastructure that's going to be gone. And it's already been diminished now to the point to where it's really bad, but we're not getting another GameStop. You know, there's not another company waiting to do it better, you know? No, it's this gaming is in a precarious place right now.
Yes, it is. I'm going to go down here to Texas. If anyone in the Born Distracted Electronics Boutique, yeah, boy, I miss Electronics Boutique. Or is that what it's called in Canada? Surely it's not still called Electronics.
I think I think that's what it's. Maybe not that. I mean, I don't know. I remember it being called something else, but maybe I don't know. I'm ignorant about this. So,
but yeah, 44 here in Texas. If anyone wants me to go to a specific state in the chat, let me know and I'll swing up to that state. But yeah, like Austin, Cedar Park, Conroe, Dallas, the Glen Oaks Crossing, Fort Worth, Clifford Retail, Garland, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in Houston. Now, granted, Houston is 3 hours from Houston. Like, if you understand what I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so here.
Man, San Antonio got hammered.
Yeah, San Antonio got hit too. So.
GameStop headquarters is right up the street. It's in Grapevine, Texas. Like, it's not far from me. And their flagship store is in Grapevine. Last time I was in there, it was really sad.
And see, this is even like kind of a different section right there. Clean, Texas. So.
I was going to say, you remember earlier you said, it's been a long time since I lived in Killeen. You know how long my phone. You know how long it's been since I lived in Killeen? In the mall.
Hold on. Let me think.
I have a video that I put on my channel that was the
was
year.
Yeah, so
that was the last year that I lived in Killeen.
Let's see. I graduated 96, 97, 90, 98?
97 was when
97. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, at the very end of 97, I left. And so in the mall, there was no GameStop. There was Walden Software and Babbage's.
Uh-huh.
That's what was in the mall. And
yeah, it used to be Electronics Boutique at one point. So,
and those stores were freaking badass. Those were great stores. Those were awesome. And the people that worked there, especially that one lady, nice, very nice. Yeah.
There was dude, can you imagine? Like, you're talking about the point in time where malls were still very strong, very that is that's where you go for retail and consumerism. And that one was on the way that our mall and Clean is done is it's almost kind of shaped like a P. And so like a capital P. And so where it loops back around and you literally have like an intersection and like pretty much in the middle of the mall, that's like the center. That's where everyone was that's where everyone had to cross over and stuff. And it was right there on the corner. And it ate up an entire shopping area. And you walked in and this entire wall was computer games and video cards and PC parts. And the other wall would have been N64 and Dreamcast and PlayStation. Man.
PJ asked if you could check if Morgantown, West Virginia is on that list.
Let's see here.
Sorry, PJ. I just got your message.
Morgan City, Morgantown, West Virginia, Shoppers World 200 Hornbeck Road. I'm assuming that's the one you're looking for, PJ.
Sorry, I was like, who is texting me? It's PJ. He has a direct line, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. But yeah, that looks like it. I mean, double check it. It's store number 3893.
Or it was
actually, yeah, because if these are the dates that it closed, it already went under at 1.7.
That sucks.
So let me go back to the one in Killeen. Let me see when because I was there. It doesn't list the date that it closed. All I know is it was right after the new year. I was over on that side of town. I was just like, oh, it looked like it closed. And like I said, when I noticed it was didn't even have the sign up on the side of the building anymore, I was like, oh, that ain't coming back.
No,
it's one thing if the signage is still up and they're just like, hey, we're renovating or something. No, when you take the sign off the building, you're done for. So PJ, I still have a receipt from Babbage's. Oh, no problem. Tricom, I still have a receipt from Babbage's. Isn't that cool when sometimes you find old stuff like that? You're just back in the day, you're like, oh, this is trash. Why do I need this? But nowadays you look back and you're like, oh, that's a cool piece of history. So
yeah, dude, back in the day, GameStop was really cool. They always had a prop. They always kind of screwed you on your trade-ins. But dude, they used to be so good. They had so much stuff. You used to be able to pick up a whole stack of games for $50, and you'd get good stuff, and the people, they had that magazine. GameStop used to be really cool, I used to subscribe to their service. It was good. Born Distracted. Yes, that lady. Yes, you know who she is. I did hit on her. I did try. I was like, so are you married? And she was like, yes. I'm like, damn it. I was like, okay, never mind. That was college, A
boy can dream.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. Eugene, can you check to see if they closed the GameStop on Tatooine? I think they did. I'm not for certain, so I can check.
The GameStop, is this a joke? Do we have jokes
on Tatooine? Yes, I think that would be a joke. So I'm surprised he didn't say Dagobah or something. So, all right, let's move on to our next story. This is one. So far we've had kind of some bad news. I think this is an uplifting story. I'm looking at this as being a positive story. Yeah. Lucasfilm is getting new leadership. Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down as the president of Lucasfilm. Dave Filoni will be the chief creative lead, and Lynwen Brennan, who's currently the GM, will take over all the financial stuff. So they're basically breaking the job into two different positions. Dave Filoni is going to take on the creative stuff. Lynwen's going to take on the financial stuff. Kennedy co-founded Alamo Entertainment back in the day with Spielberg, helped produce E.T. and Jurassic Park. She joined Lucasfilm in 2012 after the Disney buyout. Lucas basically picked her as his protege, essentially, to go on with the deal. Kennedy has been scrutinized for the production decisions with the Star Wars sequels. It's unclear if she will simply step down from leadership or she's leaving altogether. So they have not said definitely one way or the other that she's 100% out the door. She's just stepping down or whatever. I know there's a lot of people who have some definite feelings about her run over Star Wars.
What I want to know, is there anybody sad that she's leaving? That's what I want to know. Like, is anybody on team Kathleen Kennedy?
I don't think so anymore.
I don't think so either. Like, I don't know. I have not heard anybody. Oh, she's getting the shaft. Like, they're not treating her fair, and I'm not hearing that at all from.
I'm not hearing that at all either. And I think what happened is, let me go ahead and get to this next slide real quick, because I think it's very clear to understand why that is the case. Dave Filoni worked on things like King of the Hill and Avatar: The Last Airbender, some of the greatest animated shows ever. Like, King of the Hill is still one of the greatest fucking sitcoms ever. Avatar is one of the greatest animated TV shows ever. He basically became Lucas's protege and was the lead for Clone Wars and Rebels, two shows that have gone down in like the loving lore of Star Wars. Like, we got the prequel movies and everyone was like, they're not that great. They leave out too much information. And he managed to make them great because he filled in all of the blanks with all of the information we ever wanted. And it's just like I cannot tell you how many people I've told. If you've watched episode 3 and you're like, it's okay. It is what it is. If you have not watched Clone Wars and Rebels, that's why that movie is not that great. If you go back and watch that movie, it is heartbreaking because now when you see these Jedi get cut down, they're just like, that's a cool look. Oh, well, he's dead. Oh, well, I wonder who he was. You fight alongside them and you see who they are and you start to fall in love with these characters. And then to see them cut down, you're just like, no, it completely changes the prequel stuff. And the reason why, going back to what you were saying, the reason why no one's sad that she's gone is because he's gone on and he's been the producer for, love it or hate it, The Mandalorian and Ahsoka. The good stuff we're getting out of Star Wars right now is because of that man. There's no excuse being, well, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with Star Wars. Maybe Star Wars is done for. Maybe we're not going to get any more good Star Wars. And then we start getting this stuff and it's like, oh no, there's still good Star Wars to be had. We just weren't getting it. So
I thought you had said the sequel trilogy at first, and that's why I was like, whoa. No. But no, you said the prequel trilogy. So I actually liked the prequel trilogy. At the time, obviously, we were very critical of the prequel trilogy, but we didn't know any better, you know? We didn't know any better. Mm-hmm. And we've all apologized to Ahmed Best and Jake Lloyd and everybody else, you know, for our behavior during that time period. You know, we weren't the best fans. Let's say that. But Dave Filoni, this guy still talks to George Lucas on a regular basis. He has the king's ear or whatever. You know, this is the guy responsible, like you said, for not just making good new Star Wars stuff, but helping us get what we really wanted out of the last few things that had come out, you know, the prequels and the cartoon, his cartoon stuff and everything else. I mean, Dave Filoni is the guy that's that understands what we're trying to do with what we need to do with Star Wars.
Yep.
So this is great. And, you know, the fact that Disney would let this happen, that's probably says two things. One, that, Kathleen Kennedy finally was like, okay, I'd rather do something else because this didn't go how I wanted, and I'd like to be successful again. And you know, two, I think that it shows that Disney has faith in this guy because, I mean, he makes money, and the way you make money in Star Wars is you give fans good product. You know, give fans. I'm not saying you have to just, you know, just like do nothing but fan service and give them that. I mean, that's what they tried to do with the sequel trilogy. They tried to they went one of two ways. They either tried to, like, you know, openly just fillet every Star Wars fan, and then also completely go against everything that Star Wars is. So they did both of those.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh, why didn't that work? I don't know. That's crazy. But Filoni understands, like, what a Star Wars fan wants is some fan service and callbacks. And yes, we do want that. But we also want you to evolve the story in a natural way that seems logical. Mm-hmm. And those are two things he's pretty good at. So I'm very happy with this. Yeah.
Not to get political, but the sequel trilogy of, hey, what if we just did all the bad stuff again, but worse? Kind of living up to its expectations. I mean, because everyone complained, it's just the Death Star again, but it's not as good. Yeah. It's just the Empire again, but not as good. Yeah. So, but we're not going to go down that.
Yeah, believe me, everyone on the internet has already done that video and that stream, you know, that's been going on for a long time. So, yeah.
But anyway, I am looking forward to seeing what we get from Mr. Filoni. And I've been saying this for years. And I don't know, who knows? I could be completely wrong on this. I still think Kathleen Kennedy was the last stand of us getting the original trilogy unaltered. I think now that she's gone, those conversations are going to start being had. I know like you said, he is still very close to George Lucas, but I still think at some point Disney's going to drop a couple of points and be like, all right, only release the originals.
Well, they are releasing them
to buy. That's what everyone will be like, I gotta go get a good copy. So
yeah, they're going to be in theaters soon, this year, I think, the original versions. So that's
what I've heard too.
Yeah, so hopefully I'm sure they'll put them out on, well, they may not put out physical copies. It may just be on Disney Plus or whatever. But we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, like if they offered 4K Blu-ray physical copies, unaltered, nothing like that. How many people do you know would just be like, nope, I gotta go get a copy?
I was talking with a friend of mine about this concept, unaltered. What does that mean? Because do you really want to see the little boxes around all the TIE fighters? And I
guarantee there's some people who would. I guarantee there's some people who would.
I'm planning on getting a Laserdisc player soon.
Oh, you're going to be one of those people, huh?
I'm getting one. A friend of mine's giving me one. He's sending it to me.
Okay.
Yeah. And my first priority is to get the Star Wars trilogy on Laserdisc because I do want to see it. Yeah, I know. You can get them on eBay. They're available.
Oh, no, I'm sure. No, I'm not. That's not me putting you down or anything. That's me saying I hope you do it. Like, good luck. I generally, that wasn't meant to sound sarcastic. My apologies. No, I generally meant to say good luck. I hope you do that. So.
Did you know that there is a Laserdisc of Transformers the movie that our Transformers the movie that we have that's the modern version is not the best version because they lost half of the original film print.
Well, and they've corrected it. The newer versions that have come out are they're not just the zoomed in full screen. Believe me, I'm part of a bunch of forums and people are just like, that's not the real version that says it's like letterbox, but it's not really because they zoomed in or whatever. And it clearly cuts out. And I'm just like, oh, okay, guys.
Yeah. All right, I'll leave this alone.
Yeah.
I forget. I'm talking to Optimus Gene. I need to.
But yeah, I know. I totally get what you're saying. Like that base That one was not as they didn't have Disney protecting that one, so that one got corrected. So,
Right.
but yeah,
Okay.
as long as the mouse is still protective of what's going on, we've got there's a little questionable stuff. So, yeah, Tricone says legit copies. I agree. Shut up and take my money. Absolutely. So, this is why. I mean, can you imagine what the comment section would look like if you could do, little memes or whatever? But literally, that just would be the thing. It's just the Fry doing the shut up and take my money. So my love for Star Wars died after I saw episode 8. I get it. If you don't want to continue on, that's fine. Just remember, Born Distracted, that Star Wars can still live in your heart. It can just live in the part of your heart where you want it to live. Like, you don't have to like, that's the nice thing about Star Wars. You don't have to like all of it. You can just like parts of it, and that's okay. And if anyone tells you otherwise, send them to me. It's like Marvel stuff. There are people who are just like, I love the X-Men. I'm not really into the Avengers. Cool. Then just play with the X-Men. You don't have to like everything. It's okay. So I had the THX collection on VHS. Good times. Yeah, I did too. Like when that came out, boy,
we wore them
a copy
out.
of that. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So, all right, let's move on to our next story. This one's kind of an interesting one to me. This is, along with the GameStop thing, this one is definitely signaling the time, the how time has changed. CES news. Did you realize CES was going on? Because
I did.
Like, I literally heard a couple of things. I was just like, oh yeah, it would be going on this time of year, wouldn't it? Like, I completely forgot.
Well, it used to be a whole different thing. I mean, it was the big thing, man. Once upon a time.
What's sad? Here's the sad thing is I've looked at multiple different like videos and channels and stuff and breakdowns, and it's like, what was the big thing out of CES? And they're like, bigger and brighter and more colorful TVs. And I'm just like, you're fucking kidding me, right? Nope. TVs, once again, they're bigger, they're brighter. They now use micro RGB LEDs in them so that the colors are more vivid. It doesn't do the blacks aren't as inky as they are like on an OLED, but the colors are more vibrant. And I'm just like, that's it. That's where we've come. Like, what the hell? Like, have we fallen down like 10 years ago? So, they put AI in a lot of things, including, I get this. I get this idea of putting AI in a robot vacuum because then it can actually be like, oh, hey, it was dirty over there. Maybe I should go back and clean it more. This one with legs is kind of weird. Like, can you just not pick up your robot vacuum and like take it upstairs with you? Like, this thing would probably take half an hour to climb the stairs. Like, I get it if it's 1 or 2 stairs, but yeah.
Well, they have to put legs on it so it can climb up into bed and suck your brains out later. We're doomed. We're all doomed.
And then the other thing was just like, they broke it into things like smart home tech, longer lasting laptops, foldable displays. Talk about an old topic that keeps coming up over and over and over again. Weird tech and more wearables. This is a picture of some kind of a sucker that plays music as you suck on it. Why? Like, why? Like, I don't get, like...
I wonder if Jeff Goldblum would have something to say about this.
I don't get it. Yeah. Born Distracted, those AI vacuums would give my cats nightmares. Yeah, absolutely, dude. The cat would be like, oh, hell no. Except for those cats that you see that have dominated the robot vacuum and now ride it around like it's... I fucking love those videos. Especially the ones where people have built like a little tank on the top of the robot vacuum and they have the cat in it and it looks like the cat's just rolling around the house in a tank. I love that shit. The two that I didn't put pictures of, I need to see if I can find it real quick. Here, see, vamp for me for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was watching videos earlier, since you're talking about AI, where there's this lady I like to watch who does reactions to things. And it was like all these videos of people going to the drive-thru to get food, and all the drive-thrus are AI now. And so they had like all these tricks to try to get a person when you didn't want to talk to the AI. So the big trick was to go to the AI drive-through and order 1,000 waters.
I've seen that.
Seems to work. Seems to work pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I've used the AI at Taco Bell, and I didn't actually think it was real. I was like, it's not AI, but it is AI apparently. And I was like, okay, this is where we're at. This AI stuff has escalated quickly. It really has.
Yes.
Like,
pardon me. Yes, it has.
Ugh. What's wrong with your voice, Eugene? My goodness.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that came out that I'm just like, okay, why? This is an AI assistant from Razer, which I'm just like, really, Razer? You don't have anything better to make than this?
Everybody's making AI shit, man. Everybody.
But yeah, it's this little AI. I always thought the term was waifu. Apparently, it's waifu. Waifu. But yeah, it's an AI waifu that you can have on your desk, and I guess encourage you while you're playing games.
It's like your wife. Ooh.
Yes, I know. I get that. I get where the term's coming from. But it's just like, really? Like, I guess if you have a bunch of money just to burn, I go for it, I guess. There's
a phenomenon and on where young people are having relationships with AI. Like, they're talking to AI, telling them all about their days and like flirting with the AIs, and they think that the AI is into them. And there's like a weird phenomenon going on, and that's only going to get worse.
Phenomenon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was one other. Go on.
I was going to say, it's gotten to the point to where anytime I'm seeing ads for laptops or computers, they don't just call them laptops or computers. On the radio, they call them AI laptops and AI PCs. Like, we're selling the new AI laptop from Dell or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God. The AI has like dug its claws into everything, and very quickly.
Oh yeah.
It's wild. It's crazy. And we talk way too much about AI. We talk about it all the time. But
oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But it keeps evolving, there's new stuff to talk about. It's crazy. It's going to get to the point to where AI is going to be in everything, like your toilet, your stove, your dishwasher, your refrigerator, your watch, your shoes, your AI is I'm gonna have my cat's gonna have AI. Oh. What is Max calling me? He doesn't realize we're doing a show right now. Max is calling me.
Oh really?
All right, hang on. This is gonna be hilarious. Max, we're on a live show right now on Eugene's channel.
Hey man, what's going on?
No, really?
He can't hear you, Eugene.
Okay.
I have some crappy news.
Oh well, do you? Is this private or because we're on the show?
No, you could tell anyone.
Okay, well, what's up?
So I've got all the packing materials, and I was testing it to see if it works, and it turns on, and then the tray's not coming out.
He's referring to, what were we talking about earlier, Eugene? My laser disc player. We were talking about this earlier.
And I'm like ready to rage, because then I came home. I have a really nice one I got from Facebook Marketplace, and then the first laser disc player I got off a friend that fixed it for cheap.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll just send him my backup. So I turned that on. It works for like 2 minutes, and then it stops working.
No way. That's crazy.
I was like, oh my fucking God. And there's like, I'm like, am I going to give up on this?
Max,
I have a really nice one that works.
Max,
But
don't worry about what have I
have retro rage right now. anyone in the, I don't know, but am I on the stream? Can people hear me? I don't.
Yeah, you're on right now.
What?
We can hear you. Everybody can hear you. Yeah.
If any collectors out there with physical media is great, old technology is great, but did you ever have retro rage? Because I'm like ready to wreck shit. But now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back and try yours again at my parents, where I was like showing my dad. I'm like, Dad, you got to see this, because I played a movie I was gonna play a movie for you, but he's like, well, it's not on. And then I remembered. Sometimes the disc trays for the Laserdisc, like it's stuck. Maybe if you wiggle a little bit, it'll pop open. Because it was making the noise like it wanted to open.
Mm.
So,
well,
crossing my fingers.
Whatever, it's fine no matter what. Don't worry about it.
No, it's not fine.
Okay.
No, it's not fine. I am not giving up on this. I'm pissed off. I got my retro rage. I have a large Laserdisc collection now.
Yeah.
But I did also make a new friend that fixes VCRs and TVs.
Mm.
And he said he would look at it too if it's because it functioned. It's just that the tray motors or something.
Yeah.
But I'm sad to say, even if I get you one to your place in Texas, they are extremely fragile with the trays opening.
Yeah. You know, maybe it's not supposed to be that you send me a laser disc. Maybe I need to get one down here. You know, maybe that's what we need to do. And
I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I know one person that for sure that could get me a new working one. But I'm see that this guy could fix my. You know, I had an extra one because I have so many laser discs now, so I had a junk one, the one I first got.
Yeah,
and it worked. I barely play it, so I haven't played it in like 6 months.
Yeah.
Turned it up. The other thing is, I left the Laserdisc in there. Maybe that's a no-no. Maybe you shouldn't leave a Laserdisc.
I don't think that's going to cause the Laserdisc to stop working.
No, I know, but maybe that doesn't help things, you know? Like, leave it empty.
I don't know.
I left Bram Stoker's Dracula in there.
Oh, well, if that's Bram Stoker's Dracula, that's what happened then. Shit.
Absolutely.
And then it played for 2 minutes. And it was the sexy scene, too. Like, don't stop there. It crashed during I was like, whoa, I don't remember this from Bram. I must have saw the edited version. There's some nudity and vampires. And
there's a pretty good scene in there.
And then it clunked. And it stopped working.
Monica Bellusini. Is that how you say her name?
Oh, is she in that?
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, shit. So, this one, at least the disc tray opens, but then it starts to play, and then it clunks out.
Okay.
And it was working for 2 minutes.
Right. Okay, well, you get yours working, or whatever you need to do, and I'm going to tell you right now, Max, I greatly appreciate everything. And
You don't, because I didn't get your damn laser fire.
It's okay, but
I'm gonna figure this out. I will figure it out.
Okay.
And I did not expect to be live on air. You know, help a brother out too if you want to go to my channel. I know your channel I'm on.
Mad Max.
I will sub to your. Send me the link to whoever channel you're on. I'll sub to them.
It's epically geeky.
It's tough times.
Epically geeky. Yeah.
Well, this is some epically geeky shit.
It
right
is.
Here.
It is. Yeah, and everybody here knows you, so you know everybody in the chat knows who you are. So yeah, we're good.
Oh my god! I was gonna live stream tonight too. I am like super retro pissed.
Well,
I'm like I don't even feel like talking about. And there's some good nerds. Did you see Tomb Raider? Lara Croft.
I've heard
that's out. Kratos.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
God, I was gonna talk about some nerdy shit, and then it's like not work. It's like I'm getting pissed off.
You should stream, blow off some of that energy. You should do that. Think about it.
I was like, oh, I'll slide in my extra. I'm not giving you my good one. There's hell no, because it worked so good that I'm like, I don't want to chance this. Like, it was a
Max,
really high-end collector.
Okay, we're going to talk about this more later. Don't worry about it right now. Take care of your own stuff. We'll figure this out. But don't worry about it. It's going to be fine.
And then you had to tell me. I didn't see the Monica Bellucci scene in Bram Stoker's Dracula, and now I got. Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's good.
The scene with Keanu Reeves where he's in bed and
I told Cyrus this. I was very sheltered. My parents only let me watch edited stuff on cable. So I didn't like. That's why I love VHS so much.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is in here?
He literally has never seen that scene because whatever version he got to see was an edited version.
Oh, yeah, they
My
completely
dad
cut
used to
that
tape
out.
it and take out the commercials. We were poor too, poor and sheltered.
Yeah. Max,
Well, thanks for having me, epically geeky.
I don't think you can hear Eugene talk because he's on my headphones, but yeah, thank you for coming on, Max. We didn't expect this either. This is fun, but it's gonna be okay.
We'll laugh at it sometime in the future.
Yes.
And my mother wants you to come back to help move the TV, and we're still fighting about the 36-inch CRT TV. That's never leaving.
That TV's way too big. Eugene,
no, it's perfect.
It's too big to move is what I'm saying. It's great.
Too big to move. Oh no, yeah, it's fine right where it is.
Yes. All right. Well,
this just reaffirms my love of VHS. Really, less problems with VHS.
There's a lot less problem. It's a very reliable format. That's true. That is true. So anyway, yeah, we'll work it out, Max. But thanks for coming on.
Talking about?
What were we talking about, Eugene?
We're talking about all the non-news out of CES.
Oh, we had gotten to CES. We're talking about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Consumer electronics.
Yeah, there wasn't really anything at CES. That's kind of what we were talking about. How boring it was.
I have a topic for you.
Okay.
People here like SNK and Neo Geo, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that City of the Wolves, the sequel to Mark of the Wolves, I think it's called. I got it when it was really cheap. That season 2 looks awesome.
Oh, okay.
Definitely consider getting that on sale, guys. Everyone in the chat. I'm not assuming you're all guys, but probably Sausage Party. Come on. So look at that game. Get it when it's cheap because I'm getting season 2 for sure. There's some classic Fatal Fury villains. There's a guest character that looks really cool. Oh man!
All right.
Times for SNK.
But before you go, Max, tell people how to find your channel real quick. How do people get to your channel?
Movie Madness Entertainment. And I actually made some. Oh, I shouldn't say this. I started working on my second channel again, but I changed it to Unbiased News. But you might not like me there because I'm very hot take on politics.
I can only imagine.
I'm going to get in some trouble over there.
I understand. I will steer clear of that one. Thank you, Max. Like I said, we'll talk more later and we'll figure this thing out. So don't worry about it.
All right.
Thanks for coming on. All right, man. Bye-bye.
So as you were having a side conversation here, by the way, that was hilarious. Let's see here. Tricom said AI won't bring you Gatorade when you're sick. Not yet anyways. And I found a robot on here. Was it up or down? I think it was up here.
And I was just like, who won't what? Gatorade?
An AI robot won't bring you Gatorade when you're sick.
I'm sure.
I found a robot that was on here. That one. I'm like, that one will. It'll murder you in your sleep afterwards.
Yeah.
And I tried to make that comment on YouTube, and it came back and said, YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. Try changing it a bit. And I'm just like, this is my channel. How am I not able to post as myself on my channel?
I got to tell you a story. You actually reminded me of something that is pretty wild. I was watching a video on YouTube of this girl who was like a student teacher. So she's still in school herself. And she had Snapchatted, not publicly, but sent a message to like her boyfriend and her 2 roommates. Cause she sends messages all day, whatever, didn't matter, whatever, but she sent a message cause one of the little kids, accidentally deleted her lesson plan or something. And she sent a message saying, I'm going to kill this kid. And the FBI got contacted from Snapchat. And less than an hour after she sent this message, the sheriff's department showed up at the school and arrested her and she has a criminal record because she sent a private Snapchat as a joke to her friends.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously didn't actually intend to do anything, but this is a wild, your comment getting taken down is like, there's some bizarre stuff going on with like privacy. It's very bizarre. It's very strange.
This was one of the other things. This is one of the actual interesting things that came out. Lego has introduced this brick. It's called, I think, a smart brick or something like that. And basically, they've put different types of technology into it. And the nice thing is you're going to be able to program it.
I've seen this
to do some really cool stuff. And apparently, they're starting it off with some of the Star Wars lightsaber kits, Lego kits. And I'm just like, okay, that's kind of cool. That's the type of stuff I see coming out of CES. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. But like this, a modern BlackBerry with a clicky keyboard, it just snaps around your phone and gives you a clicky keyboard. Like, if you are jonesing for a clicky keyboard on your phone, like, sorry, man, your time has come. Like, there's other things out there. Like, but here's a lollipop that plays music as you eat it. And I'm just like, seriously, this is the best that came out of CES? Like, what the hell? Like, I always wanted to go to CES. I always wanted to go to CES, and I always wanted to go to E3. Can't go to E3 anymore. And now it's like, well, why the hell would you want to go to CES? Like, it's this.
Well, once upon a time, it was.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Once upon a time, it was great.
Yeah. It was like all the new, most amazing stuff, showed up at CES a year before it came out, or whatever, like the new game consoles and whatever, it was so awesome. So amazing.
But yeah, that was the best stuff out of CES was a virtual girlfriend in a tube, a Lego brick, and new TVs that have better color.
Well, I'll tell you this. As soon as they perfect the Android sex doll, we're done. Society's over with, And they keep having, like... I keep seeing like they're trying to do that. They're trying to perfect that. And that's going to be what CES is going to be. It's just different models of that. So this is where AI is going. This is what the point is.
I can't find the specific thing. I can't find it online. I have seen it on like Reels and stuff on like Instagram and stuff. They were already advertising it. It's not a full robot. It's just a device to help you with certain things. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah. But the goal is,
like it's crazy because like part of me is just like, I get having robots that eventually could like help take care of the elderly and stuff like that, like, that type of thing kind of sounds like it'd be all right. Not what we were talking about. What? Anyway. So, but yeah, like I could see that. But like, who was it? I want to say it was Futurama that did a whole thing. It was like, like an entire generation of. It was Futurama because they had banned robots that looked like people because they're like an entire generation of human beings just basically died off because they were all like, well, I have my robot girlfriend or I have my robot boyfriend. And it was just like, why would I go find a human? They're stupid and they, they're ick. And it's just like, this is the perfect person for me. And between The Simpsons and Futurama, man, have they predicted a bunch of shit that's.
Yeah.
So. Our last story for the evening, and I'm interested to get your take on this because you already have, if you go way back into like the first episodes of this show, and I don't have the latter episodes. I'm pretty sure it was the first episodes of this show. Not this show, but of Epically Geeky. There are specific things that I would ask, like on our main show, we always start off the show asking an opening question. And I think I asked a question, if I remember correctly. The question was like, when you go to the movies, do you get popcorn or do you get candy? And you went off on this whole fucking diatribe. Like, you are I love you, man, but man, when it comes to like food at the movie theater, you have opinions. So I can't wait to get your story. I get your input on this. So our last story for the evening. The Alamo Drafthouse is changing their menu, not the food they have. They do special foods and drinks depending on the movies. Like, that's just kind of a common thing, right? The way it's worked up to this point is if you go to an Alamo Drafthouse, they usually have some kind of a bench or something up in front of them, in front of the seats. And they have very, very dark, kind of like an orangish yellow light underneath. It's very, very dim. And you can take the menu and you can hold it underneath so you can kind of see what's going on. And then you can write whatever it is you want to order, and you fold it and you put it on this little tray. And during the movie, the people who are checking in on the theater will come in and see that the little piece of paper is there, and they'll duck down and run by, grab it real quick, run off, and bring you back your food. And like, they have burgers, they have pizza, they have nachos, they have, of course, popcorn, but they have like any kind of drink you can think. They serve alcohol and stuff. And they're known for being extremely good about not interrupting you during the movie and having fairly decent food. But the thing the Drafthouse is known for above anything else is an absolute zero tolerance policy on cell phone usage. If they see you out with a phone, because you've got all of these servers in and out of the movie theater, it's not like a normal movie theater that you walk in and when the lights go down, they don't ever come check on you again. Like, you're in there with all the other animals. They constantly are in there. And if they see someone with the phone, sir, can you put that away? If you don't put it away, we're going to ask you to leave. And they don't play. Like, they will fucking kick you out of the theater. So if you really want to go see a movie and you don't want to get disturbed by other people around you on their fucking phones, the Alamo Drafthouse is hands down the best way to do that. And so now what their CEO has decided to do is they're moving away from the paper and pencil ordering to using an app. So you will take out your phone and you will use the QR code that's there, and you can order. And apparently it's a dark app. They say that it is mainly all black and stuff. And so that it's, will cut down on that. And they've already tested it in some locations, and they're already rolling it out to pretty much all the locations throughout the year. Yeah, they're already getting a crap ton of backlash because people are like, okay, I get what you're saying. You're trying to make things more efficient, but you are giving people the okay to bring out their phone during the movie. And damn good and well, I was just trying to pull up the menu. Really? Because that clearly looked like Facebook you had pulled up, motherfucker. Like, so our Travis, who we talked about earlier, I sent him this story. He went off. He's like, this is the last fucking thing. He's like, Drafthouse is done. This is what is going to kill the Drafthouse. Not the lack of good movies, not the lack of this, that, or the other, not any other policies they've changed. This is going to kill the Drafthouse because this is going to give people, I guess I can sneak my phone out and just say I'm trying to order food. This is the dumbest fucking thing. But I want to know your input.
Well, it's obviously because this is smoke and mirrors. This is so they can track everything and sell the data. This is not about what they say it's about. Because if it was really about making things simpler and everything, they would just put little tablets on, every table. They would have a way for you to do this that's linked directly into their system. Like, I don't know if you've been to a lot of restaurants, but a lot of restaurants have tablets on the tables, and you just do the thing, and that's what they would do. There's a whole infrastructure already available for that type of technology. It's not new. This is not about that. This is about them putting apps on people's phones so they can track them, so they can sell the data, so they can push discounts to you and get your, it's a whole thing. This is, they wanted an app. And you're right. It's going to destroy one of the things that people like about the Alamo Drafthouse. But I'll tell you what, I hate the Alamo Drafthouse. And I've always hated it because I can't stand silverware clanking on freaking plates. I
got there eventually. That's what I was waiting for. Like I literally was sitting the whole time. It's like, wow, that's actually a pretty good point. So I was like, this boy's putting down. I'm picking up what you're putting down, man. You're making a lot of sense. And then I was like, where is Lord of Thunder? They're sitting there with their popcorn and they got to drink their thing and they swish the ice around like you went off on this whole thing.
You're absolutely right, and you're reminding me of a great many things that I believe in my heart. No, I don't like dinner theater. I don't like it. I think it's for people who don't really like movies. That they want to go.
Okay.
They want to go. They want to have a meal. They're not really paying attention to the movie that much. They want what they want when they want it. So they're going to constantly order shit because it's we're having fun. I'm going to keep ordering shit. It's like, it's a whole different type of person that's going to one of these. They're not going like, if I care about a movie, I'm definitely not watching it at a dinner theater because I want to pay attention to the movie and I want to be focused on what I'm doing. I'm going to get my little something, before I go in if I really need something, drink, popcorn, something, whatever. But I'm not going to like get up in the middle of the movie and go get more shit. I'm going to pay attention to my movie. I've never understood somebody that I'm going to go watch this movie that I really want to see. And throughout the movie, I'm going to fucking be reading the menu and trying to order, make sure the kids are, what do y'all want to? And does somebody need a drink? And da-da-da-da. Like, I'm ruining two things that I like, going out and hanging out and watching movies. Like, I don't get it. But, a lot of people love this concept. I mean, I don't know how they're going to feel about this change.
Oh, I hate it. I hate this.
But it's not for me. It's never been for me,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
At the Grapevine Mills Mall, at the theater they have there, they converted maybe two or just one, I can't remember, but they converted a couple of their big theaters that they have, the big screens, into dinner theater. And I went to it once, and that was a better experience because everybody was really separated out, But even that, I was like, nah, I don't want to do this while I'm trying to watch a movie, And then there's people coming, like you said, they duck down and they try not to bother people. They're bothering me, They're bothering me. I'm trying to watch the movie and I can see them trying to, like they're going down through the trenches of World War I or some shit. But I know they're there and they're whispering. I'm getting annoyed thinking about this shit.
See, you and I are completely different opposite on this because that I get. I understand what they're doing. I understand why they're there. They are trying to be as unintrusive as possible. Whereas you go to a normal run of the movie theater where they don't offer all this stuff. It's just, whatever you get. If you walked in with popcorn and a soda or nachos, that's all you got. Like if you want more, you got to go get yourself. And you have these motherfuckers that pull out their phone at 100% brightness so they can, or their watch so they can check the time. That bugs me more than someone ducking down, walking around. That drives me insane more so. And like I said, that is the one thing at the Drafthouse was turn it off or you're out of here. And I was like, yes, thank you.
One of the showings when I went and saw The Dark Knight, because I saw it a few times in the theater.
I can imagine.
One of them, I was there with family, and I'm not going to say who this was, but one of my family members was sitting not right next to me, but maybe one seat over. And she had, for some reason, left a Bluetooth earpiece in while she's watching the movie. And it was flashing a blue light.
Oh my God.
And it was the whole movie. Like it was just in my corner of my vision. I see this blue light. And I just eventually put my hand like this. And we got done and I said, I was like, why did you have that on the whole movie? And she's like, oh, I didn't even, I'm like, God dang it. She didn't even realize she had it in. Like, all right. Anyway, yes, it was a woman. Sorry.
Fair enough.
I'm not trying to dox anybody.
No. So Cyrus was pissed off that you had an earphone in. How long ago did this Dark Knight come out?
2008? Yeah.
Almost 20 years ago.
Almost 20 years ago. Good God. Good God. Almost 20. Oh, my God.
I know, right? Jeez.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's getting crazy, man. But anyway, yeah, like I said, the people I know who are fans of the Alamo Drafthouse, like myself, are just like, come on. Like I haven't been to the Drafthouse in quite a while, just because there's not one close to me. It is a drive for me to go to Austin, and like I've gotten to the point where like when I go to the movies, for the most part, well, no, I don't want to say that. I do go to the movies from time to time with the boys, and I have gone to see a couple movies here and there with Christy. But depending on the movie, like I have no problem going to the movies by myself. Like I'm perfectly fine going to the movies by myself. But the idea of like, man, I'd have to drive an hour and a half, pay for parking, sit down to have this event, and then come back. Like it'd be one thing if I was meeting like friends and family down there or something, and then be like, oh, hey, let's go to the Drafthouse. So for me, like it just never has made sense, at least recently to go. Did have some absolute fantastic times. They don't really do it as much as they used to, but one of the other things that they were really known for was before they went more commercial, they would cobble together these part of the trailers at the beginning. Like number one, they would show old trailers for like old movies, like back in the 80s and 70s and stuff, but they would cobble together these videos that were kind of reminiscent of whatever it is you were watching. So the first movie I ever watched there was Thank You for Smoking. And they literally were playing snippets of like old Marlboro commercials with Fred Flintstone sitting outside smoking a Marlboro, watching Wilma like, mow the yard. And I'm just like, what is this? This is crazy. When I went and watched what was it? Nacho Libre. We went and watched Nacho Libre. They were playing snippets of all these old luchador movies before it. That was fantastic. I went and watched, it's actually how I have this Darth Vader mask up here. I went and watched Return of the Jedi with my mom there one year. They were like, hey, we're going to reshow the movies or whatever. Originally, it was rumored that it was going to be the unedited version. It wasn't, but it was fine. We got in there and like they had picked one theater and put Darth Vader mask out for everybody. And they're like, everyone before we start the movie, everyone put the mask on. And we're going to take a picture and then you get to keep the mask. I was like, dude, that's awesome. But yeah, we're sitting there watching it. And before the movie comes on, they're showing like the old Kenner Star Wars action figure commercials. They're showing some crazy ass Japanese Star Wars stuff. Like my mom was looking at me like, what is this? I'm like, this is the type of stuff that came out for Star Wars back in the day. Like, back when they were just like Star Wars, everything. Like when we went and watched the first Transformers movie there, like they were showing like parts of the old cartoon and the commercials and stuff. Like they used to do really fun shit like that. And the other thing they used to do there, which they haven't done in a while, they'll do sing-alongs from time to time, but they'll also do quote-alongs. Mm-hmm. And the movie that I always wanted to go do a quote-along at the Alamo Drafthouse was Clue. I fucking know that movie like this, baby. And I would just have a blast in that theater. Because I think every time, to make a long story short, everyone in the theater just explode. Too late. God, that would be so much fun.
You're reminding me, they used to always have like trivia and stuff that would come up on the screen before the movie would start. Like all kinds of stuff, fun stuff. And I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. I don't know. Now it's just like random commercials. And
oh my God, the amount of commercials they put before movies is ridiculous. Like my boys will literally look at me like, Dad, how much longer? I'm like, guys, I have no control over this. I get it. Yeah. I know we've been sitting here for 20 minutes watching trailers or whatever. The thing that drives me the most insane though is if it's trailers, I'm okay with that. If it's movie trailers, that's fine. I'm okay with that. My problem is the pre-show stuff where they show the Coke commercial and the M&M commercial and then the commercial for the movie theater, and then Marina Menounos or whatever her name is comes on and thanks you for being there or whatever. And then it goes to the other reel and they play the same fucking commercials again.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I just watched this exact M&M commercial
Dude,
like
yes.
a minute and a half ago.
It's so irritating. It's when a movie's supposed to start, you have a good 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Because it's that long. It's fucking nuts.
Can you do it? Can you walk in 50? I mean, your seat's you already know where your seat is. You've already paid for that seat because thank God for that. Thank God. That's the best thing that's ever happened to movies ever is being able to pick your seat. You already know no one's going to be in your seat, but I can't do it. I cannot break that programming in my brain that goes, just show up 15 minutes late. You'll be fine.
No,
you'll be fine.
Thankfully, excuse me. It has happened, but with me and Mannon trying to coordinate where one of us would be late. And every time we still have a good, even though we're late, we have a good 15 minutes before the movie starts.
Yeah.
Every time. It's crazy.
Yeah. I like I said, if I've played with that, believe me, that idea has come in my head. I'm just like, we could just show up at least 10, 15 minutes late. We're not going to miss anything. You're not going to miss anything. But I'm still programmed from being a kid of, we got to get there earlier. Otherwise we're going to be sitting in the front row. Like that's in my DNA somewhere. Like I've got to get that out of my DNA somehow. So
I know.
Luke's Awakening. As a former manager at Cinemark, we had to do the Coke ads and what they call tech ads. Those were the ads for other stuff. Yeah. About 10 minutes of each. Yeah. Like I don't mind watching a Coke ad. I mind watching a Coke ad 3 times. Like that's when it's like ridiculous.
Some of the ads, they'll play like ads for like Gain laundry detergent and shit. And I'm like, I'm trying to watch a movie. Like, I don't know. It's whatever.
The other one that drives me insane, and they don't do this so much. My friend Bev, like this really drives her insane, is when you go to watch a PG-13 movie or a PG movie or something like that. And there's a PG-13 or in some cases an R trailer in front of it. It's just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, wow. I'm here with my boys. Why are you showing this movie that looks a little on the scary side? Like that's the few times I have actually gone to management and just been like, hey, listen, man, I just took my boys to go watch, the Super Mario Brothers movie or whatever it was. It wasn't that, it was something else. And I was just like, man, you had a trailer for Saw 14 on before. Like what you need, someone needs to deal with that. That's not cool. So anyway.
Missed a lot in the chat.
They love the car commercials at Marcus. Car commercials. Yeah. So, but anyway.
Let me ask you this, Eugene. Mm-hmm. Forget the dinner theater aspect, Alamo Drafthouse, movie tavern, whatever. Let's not talk about that. Let's just say regular movie viewing. It could be IMAX, could be regular theater. What's too much with the food? Like, because there's a lot of stuff you can get at concession, and some of it's too much, I think. But maybe not for everybody. Maybe some people think it's okay. But is there a line where you go, I'm not doing that. That's a little too much for me to be sitting in my chair.
Okay, so I was actually thinking about that earlier when you said silverware on plates, because I got to thinking about it. I was just like, they don't offer silverware, because I got to thinking about the food that they offer. And like looking here, you've got hot dogs, you've got fries, you've got pizza. They do offer different burgers and sandwiches and stuff. All of that stuff you can eat without silverware. That type of stuff, I think is perfectly fine. Yeah. Now, dinner, like dinner movie type situation, like you're talking about, where it's actually sit down with plates and stuff like that. That I think is when you start going like, no, like no, I'm not going to go sit down and order lasagna. Like pizza, it would be the absolute maximum. But I'll be honest with you guys, I'm a cheap ass. I am a cheap ass. That's one of my biggest problems with going to the movies, is because I can go watch a movie by myself for less than $10. Like I think that, and that's a perfectly good, that's perfectly fine. If I take my boys, we're getting up into the $30. normally we would be getting into the $30 mark, but it's never just the $30 mark.
The theaters
It's
up
always
here are
we've
more
got to
than
have
that.
we've always got to have popcorn and sodas, and if my wife's with me, then also candy. And now it's like $70 to go watch a movie, and that's why I don't do it. But like I said, I think that as long as you can eat it as a finger food or with your hands, I think it's fine. But when you start getting into stuff that's like, oh no, you need a plate and a knife, a knife and a fork or whatever. No, that I would draw the line there as well. That's where I draw my line.
I have experienced that, and it was really irritating. It was super annoying.
I can imagine that.
For some reason, people think when they got a fork and a knife, they have to dig into the plate.
Yes.
They can't just eat. They have to clink, clink, clank, clank, clankety, clankety, clank, 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 clank. Anyway, sorry. It's like I don't think we should be allowed to have ice in our cups. It's too much responsibility.
I'm sorry, I can't follow you there, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying,
You have had some truly horrible experiences with the movies. I'm just telling you, man.
I don't know how I haven't gotten into fist fights. I don't know.
I'm surprised.
There's times when it almost happened. There's times when it almost happened. One time it happened in the line to get the tickets.
Lines to get tickets, man.
Do you remember this? When they had the lines where you would go around and around and around? This is that long ago. It's been a long time. But we're going around and around trying to get up. And these fucking kids run around and just duck under and get ahead of us. And I was so fucking mad. My wife, this is when I was married. I got so mad. She had to tell me. She was like, "You need to stop." She's like, and I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'm out of control." But I was very pissed off.
I thought for sure your response was going to be, "These little fuckers in front of me need to stop."
Well, this was a long time ago. I was young and had a lot of testosterone.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, dude.
Yeah.
That'll get you jumped. Like if you line jump, depending on what the line is for, it's not so much that way anymore. I guess at amusement parks, I could see that definitely being a thing there. But nowadays, no one waits in line for anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? If you're waiting in line, you're standing there with your phone and you've already got your pre-order set up. You know what I'm saying? You're just okay, well now I'm going to be 5 minutes later because some doofus cut in line. It's back in our day though. It was, you better fucking get out of line because if I don't get my PlayStation 2, you're going to get cut. So.
Those lines were very, high stress, a lot of stress.
Yeah. They were both very
situation.
fun, but high stress. Yes.
There was a lot of stress. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, that is all the stories that we had. We were going to cover this week, ladies and gentlemen. Just kind of looking through the chat. Yeah, when we did the trailers, we could only add trailers that were similar rating to the movie. That's what I'm saying, Luke. That's how it's supposed to be. You put PG with PG movies if it's or G. If it's a G movie, you put G movie trailers. You can always go down, but you never go up. And like I said, that I've run into rare occasions where I guess they just weren't thinking. They were just it's fine if we slip this PG-13 trailer into this PG movie. It's you picked a Saw trailer to put before the Care Bears. No.
I just remembered that scene from Fight Club. Tyler Durden cutting the splice in the film. I forgot about that.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Dude, I don't even know what I would think about it these days, but back in the day, that movie was life-changing, man. You watch that movie and you walk out of the theater and you're like, wow, man, it's a whole different world now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fight Club, what a movie.
Yeah, anyway. Those movies are, because I'm sure they've been so done at this point, people would be like, oh, that's what that's from. Like that's the response you would get nowadays is just kind of like watching The Matrix. Oh, that's what that's from. So yeah, I've done that splicing like that before, just not with X-rated clip. Yeah, dude, like when I was working at a movie theater, like that's how you had to splice the movie, was up there with the razors. And man, that was not fun for the guys that had to do that, especially if it was something got stuck and it melted part of the film, because then they're just like, shit, I've got to cut this and this together and make it seem like it's supposed to, because you can't just cut just any scene out, because all of a sudden someone's talking about, hey, come over, and then they're like in another room and you're just like, what happened? You have to try, like, you got to do a little editing there. Man, I've got some stories about working at a movie theater too. Maybe we should do an episode where we should just
that
talk
would be
about
fun.
old
Luke would have
situations.
to come on. Yeah, Luke.
Hell
he'd
yeah,
have to
dude.
come on and talk about movie theater stuff. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So
War stories.
I got some war stories. Everyone has war stories from your first jobs, man. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'll never forget that hamburger to the face.
I'll never forget that hamburger to the face. Mustard is not good for your eyeballs.
I tell that story to people from time to time, and they're just like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like this whole people losing their shit at McDonald's. I'm like, it's not as new as you think it is. Like that shit's happened for a long time.
The shit
it just
that
wasn't
people used to
recorded on
do,
a phone and posted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I worked at McDonald's in 94, 95, something like that, and it was bad. It's always been bad. It's not good. People
we had
anyway.
gone. We had Sahara, which I think was like 10 reels or so, fly off the platter during the movie. That was a clusterfuck to fix. We had to refund. I bet you did, because you are not getting those platters back on. Like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah. We're gonna have to do an episode about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, Luke, we'll have to figure that out. That would be awesome.
Hell yeah. So, all right, I guess let's go ahead and thank the chat. We had lots of people in the chat tonight, and thank you for being here, everyone. Luke's Awakening was here. Basserino, The Last Line, which, by the way, Last Line literally jumped off here for a little while. Said he had to go.
He was doing a video.
I looked over here on your Discord, and he posted the video, and I even wrote it back. I said, "Are you going to leave the chat to make this video?"
Hey, he's a busy man. He's
a busy man. You are right. Like I said, Last Line, Basserino, Luke's Awakening was here. PJ Smith, I know, was here as well.
PJ was here, yes.
My boy Wolfus was on here for just a few moments. Let's see here. Oh, look, Super Mega Graphics made a comment. Tricombe was here. Can't forget our boy Tricombe. Born Distracted.
Don't forget Max.
Max was here. Yeah. So
he came. We had
special guest, audio
special
Max.
guest.
Yeah.
The laser disc situation is evolving.
Obviously, it's obviously not a static situation.
Yes.
So. And then, of course, I can't even comment on my own chat. But whatever, it is what it is. So I guess it was the part when I said the AI robot was going to kill you in your sleep. I guess that was too far. So,
yes, you can't call out AI. It's not good.
Yeah,
you're lucky
I guess they got each other's backs.
Yeah. You're lucky AI didn't like get you swatted or something, you know.
Oh, jeez.
That's
the last thing I need.
That'll be the next thing that happens. AI, because they won't be able to tell because it'll sound like a person. It'll call 911 and say stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. So, thanks for everyone who joined us and everything. It's always great having you all on the show. I guess let's go ahead and move over to our social media. Cyrus, where can we find you online?
Well, if you're not finding me here, you can find me at my channels. I have two of them. One, Super Mega Graphics 64. The other, Super Mega Graphics 64 Plus.
I don't have that one on here because I took it off, and then like if I try to add too many, then apparently what's it called? StreamYard is like, no, you have too many, and just randomly pulls one off, and I'm like, where'd it go? So anyway,
we've got some stuff coming up, Eugene. There's a show that Eugene's going to be on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to play Nintendo 64 stuff on the Nintendo Switch online. And the winner of the poll is the game we're playing. Looks like it's going to be Mario Party. So that should be fun. And if there's any friends that would like to be a part of this, please let us know. I did get some interest from a couple people, but I will put in my members section the link to the StreamYard. So members will be able to come in. And if you're not a member and you'd still want to, and you want to get a hold of me, either get me on Discord or email me, cyrusmartin@yahoo.com, or just find a way to get a hold of me. I can be getting a hold of. You can hold me. Wait, you know what I'm saying. Another show we're doing this weekend is Super Duper Retro, and it's going to be me and PJ.
Oh, nice.
PJ Smith. Yeah. And we're going to be doing our top ColecoVision games. So that should be fun. And there might be something else happening this weekend that I haven't talked about that might be a nice little surprise.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens tomorrow because it might be fun. So anyway, lots going on my channel this weekend. It's going to be a busy weekend.
Nice. Sounds fun. Yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow night. That's going to be a lot of fun. So, and if nothing else, I might see if we don't have enough people, I might see if one of my boys wants to jump on with this. So, because they might have fun with that. So,
hell yeah.
We'll see. So, all right, you can find me at Optimus Gene on Instagram. It's Facebook too, but whatever. Whatever's on Instagram is on Facebook and vice versa. Like it's a thing. So, and then of course you can find us at Epically Geeky on what few social media stuff. Like social media is still a thing. Like I talk to more and more people who are just like, it's not worth the time.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth going on there to like relax and like look for like that's the main thing I use Instagram for, is just like go through reels and find funny stuff to send to other people. Otherwise, like I'm not going there to get information. Like I go to YouTube for that. So if I need to learn how to do something, I go to YouTube for it. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, hope everyone has a great night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye. Make sure to check out epicallygeeky.com, where you can find all of the shows that we do, including the Epically Geeky Show, Marginally Geeky Book Club, Creatively Geeky, Sustainably Geeky, EG Live, and EG Gaming. But before you do, make sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube. And if you're a person with a human-style body, why not head over to our TeePublic store and grab a t-shirt, hat, shorts, or whatever else they sell to cover that body. You can find the link in the show notes. And thanks for supporting us here at Epically Geeky. See you next time.
What's the twist? What's the score?